What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic day. It has been quite a long one for me, but we've got some Eagles news, so of course I'm excited about it. And we found out, a lot of the practice squad players, but still a couple of spots open here. So what we're here to talk about tonight. If you missed the 53-man roster somehow, you can go check out that video. I will show you a little sneak peek there a little later in the show here. But we're here to talk about the practice squad, the players added, and then, of course, the players that the Eagles lost who are still unsigned could be added to the practice squad. Who knows what could happen? But we're going to talk about all of that here tonight. We are live, so I appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you're all having a great one. It's hump day, so we're halfway through. We're trying to make it through, and look, we are 11 days away from Eagles football, so you sickos that have been tuning in, we're getting through here, man. We're making it, and look, excitement in the air, ready to run through an effing wall. I hope you are all feeling the same, but let me jump over here to the comments, and then we're going to get into this. Yo, my man, Drew, live from Germany, 146. Dude, that is awesome. Man, I hope you're doing well. I'm so happy for you and the family. I hope you're settling in there, dude. But really appreciate you tuning in. You're like me, up late, but I'm sure you got to be figuring out that time zone. That's got to be different for you. But, dude, you are a trooper, man. You are a true sicko. You are a member of this family. And, look, I told you, even though you're moving to a different country, we're still keeping in touch. I still want to, hear from you. I love it, my man. And I know it's going to be very interesting for you come this season. So, oh my Lord. Oh my. I'll try to make some of these videos earlier for you too, dude. My Lord. But yo, what's going on, my man? Donnie in here. Appreciate you tuning in as well. All of you taking the time here. Cannot thank you enough. And wild, man. That is wild. And really happy for you, man. And proud of you. Yes, we're going to talk about all of that. And, yo, that's nuts. That is truly, truly nuts. But, look, yeah, we're going to obviously try to get him. We put a claim in on him, did not get him before. So we're going to try. So tomorrow we'll know if another team put in a claim or not. But let's go. 11 days ready to run through a wall. But, yo, my man Kayvon, let's go. It's sicko season. Appreciate you, dude. Hope you're doing well. But let's check this out. Let's talk about first the players that we lost and the players that are still out there. If you're wondering what happened to this guy, that guy, I'm going to answer that for you right now. So 2 players were claimed that were waived yesterday, and that is Josh Sills going with Shane Steichen and the Colts, and then Kayvon Wallace going to Arizona with Jonathan Gannon and the Cardinals. So, look, you usually see stuff like this. A coordinator leaves. They're going to try to get one of their players. Well, you see that happening for both of our coordinators. And look, we talked about Sills. We talked about Wallace. Those are definitely going to be ones that were tough to get back on the practice squad. So, look, best of luck to them. We are loaded all over the place. So, Opeta must have outshined Sills. And, look, I trust Jeff Stoutland. So, I'm going to ride with that. And Kayvon, we talked about it. Didn't think he'd make this roster. So, best of luck to him. Then, 2 players, they signed to the practice squad here. So when you're claimed, you go right to the active roster. So Sills and Wallace are on the active roster. These guys, they were signed to the practice squad. So Tyree Jackson, I guess, just wasn't offered from the Eagles. So he goes up to New Jersey and joins the Giants there. And then Tyrese Robinson, the offensive lineman, going to go to the Vikings practice squad. So 4 players that went elsewhere. And then you've got 14 guys that were let go of by the Eagles that have not gone anywhere. So you can see there are 6 offensive players here: Book, Brooks, Kane, Hazelwood, King, and Swain. And then on the defense, Bell, Cooper, Maddox, Williams, Morrow, Sagapulo, Sanders, Scott, and Wilson. So there's still 2 spots open for the Eagles here. But, it's really going to depend. They're trying to get a punter. They're trying to figure things out here, exactly what they're going to do. So, as I said, the initial 53, we'll talk about it. We'll get excited, but don't get too worked up. And obviously, we don't even have a punter right now. So things are going to change, ladies and gentlemen. Just keep that in mind. But now that you've seen all that, let's talk about the Eagles. They're 14 players. that they have on this squad. And I think that, obviously things are going to change, but I like what they did here. So, and congrats to you, Drew. Seriously, man. And you are truly a sicko. Love to see it. But let's all give a round of applause. I hope you're doing it at home. You better be. To my man, Drew, from Florida to Germany, dude, moving up in the world, doing big things for he and the family. Love it, my man. I love it. Keep doing it, man. I love you. And best of luck to Kayvon and Sills as well. You're all, moving to different places, figuring things out. Maddox Williams and bring Braden Mann. Well, that's what we're talking about. Man, we're going to try to claim him tomorrow. So we shall see here. But let's take a gander here at the Eagles practice squad. So we've got some offense, defense, and special teams as well. So just in case we don't, get that punter, or we have to bring in a veteran, and they're not holding well with Jake Elliott, and you want to act, maybe you elevate Sippos for the game just to be the holder, you know what I mean? Just until they get, things down, whatever you want to do there. But Sippos is there, and you got to have a punter at practice. So until we have somebody, he is here. So let's not lose our minds about it, but it is still like he's sticking around. Better upgrade that position. And I do believe that is the plan. So I'm good there. Now, you see, we've got a plethora of receivers there. Devin Allen, Britton Covey, one a kick returner, one a punt returner. Then you've got Nada, a bright future ahead. Greg Ward, punt returner there. So, look, you've got some guys that can help you in different areas if you feel you need to elevate them on game day. Then you've got a couple offensive linemen in Good Jones and Toth, who both of these guys can play like all positions, guard, tackle, even a little center they were trying. So, you can move these guys around. And then Brady Russell, the tight end. Obviously, you see Tyree Jackson went to the Giants. So Russell, more of a blocking guy, but looked decent, man. Had a good couple catches there in the preseason, had that one touchdown. So, look, best of luck to him. And we'll see if the Eagles add anywhere else on offense there. But no running backs, no quarterback. And I feel good at both positions. So you don't necessarily have to have that McKee, getting those practice reps. That's great. But if they want to bring, people in, I'm sure they could do that on offense. But the defense, we're stacked there. But Garner gets himself a spot. How well he did. We talked about it was going to be rough. Who was going to make it? Goodrich, Ricks leading the way. And unfortunately, Garner, the odd man out, but he finds himself on the practice squad. You hope that nobody steals him there away from us. And you got guys like Teron Jackson, Kyron Johnson. Jackson been, he does well each year in the offseason. So I like the kid. And Kyron Johnson, was hopeful for him, but that edge rusher room is loaded. So somebody had to go. Happy to see him on the practice squad. Tristan McCollum, very versatile, athletic, big dude. And I like his skill set, former corner. So I think that, having these pieces on the secondary, that's great. Tiawan Mullen there, I added him because, Tim McManus had reported he is signing. The Eagles dropped 13, but they didn't list Mullen there. But whatever, I'm putting him on here. That's Trayvon Mullen's little brother. And, he was undrafted out of Indiana this year, more of a nickel corner, 5'8", I believe he was. And look, he's a tough little dude, good against the run. I got to work on some coverage stuff, but he's fast, and I like his game. So intrigue there, McPherson being out. So you got to bring in pieces there. I'm perfectly fine. It's a practice squad spot. And then Ben Van Sumeren, we talked about him out of all the linebackers, his athletic ability, new to the linebacker position, but man, a freak athlete. So hopeful for his future. And then, of course, you see Sippos at the bottom. Now, one name you notice that I haven't mentioned is Trey Sermon. Now, I had posted on all the social platforms there, if you guys caught it. But, Trey Sermon did not get claimed today. So with him being, waived / injured, that's that injury designation when you're getting waived. If you don't get claimed, then you just revert to the IR, just like those other guys did. So I believe he's just going to go to the Eagles IR there. And, when he gets healthy, he can either be bought out and become a free agent, or, you bring him back, try to bring him to the roster, you put him on the practice squad, whatever you're trying to do there. But, you can see that I have Rambo, and then Roderick Johnson, Sean Bradley, and Zach McPherson. They are all season ending, so they'll be here. Nothing's going to happen with them. But Rambo and Sermon, you could see something happen where, again, they're bought out and then they become free agents. So this is from the depth chart page that I have, and I'll show you that depth chart in case you missed the 53 or you just want to kind of piece together all that stuff we were looking at with the practice squad. You know, a lot of receivers. We only got 4 here. Don't have any running backs, but you see there's 4 there. No quarterbacks. I think we're good there. So 1 tight end. We just traded for Albert Okuwegiban. Banam. Jesus, I killed it yesterday, but today I am destroying it. So, yeah. But on the offensive line there, you see loaded. Love the depth. I think we're pretty good there. I feel pretty comfortable about that. And then when you go to the defensive side, I think, again, loaded. But this was such a loaded roster. People are going to be upset regardless of who was cut. But you can see, man, this team, this is why I think we're winning the Super Bowl. This is why I think we're building a dynasty, because you look at the depth pieces. You look at the young guys that are going to be learning from these guys. And, you know, anybody in green here is a new addition, whether they're a draft pick or a signee. But you see the pieces we added, a lot of them for the future, some veterans that can help now in certain positions. So I love what Howie was able to do. I love how this team is constructed. Now, clearly the one question mark is punter, but also, you know, the returners. And I've said this a million times that I put them on my depth chart, just trying to speak it into existence. But put Olamide Zaccheaus back there at punt returner and Rashad Penny as kick returner. I'm very well aware you could have Covey or Allen, you know, elevated. I don't know that they would put, you know, Allen back there. He did it one time and he fumbled it, had a good return after, but is he ready yet? So I'm not so sure of that. Now, Britton Covey, maybe they want somebody else other than Zaccheaus back there. I really don't know what the game plan is, but you have options. And regardless of the practice squad, you see guys like Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins, Kenneth Gainwell, Justin Evans. You don't really want to put them back there. Watkins, Gainwell, Evans, because I just don't really want them back there. Devontae, I like him too much on offense. And then Boston, I mean, he gets it done as a kick returner, but to me, man, Rashad Penny, I have stated this a million times and I'll keep saying it. You know, 7 touchdowns at San Diego State as a kick returner. I think Rashad Penny, clearly a great running back, but, you know, he's part of a big rotation here. 3 guys that are going to get their carries. And I think for me, you know, get the use out of him, and I would put him back there at kick returner. So I think, to me, you already have in-house those positions. You don't have to go elsewhere, and I don't know why we're not doing that. Maybe week 1 they'll surprise us, and that's what they're going to do. Lord, please, that would be great. But seriously, we've got guys here that are talented. It's the punter that, yeah, if we could just go ahead and get man there from the Steelers, that'd be great. Now, they released him and got Desmond King, so, you know, maybe he was a sacrifice to the Lambs. I don't know. Sorry, Desmond. Wanted a special teamer. We need another special teamer. So because of him getting signed, they waived him. And because of, you know, if he were released, you could just try to sign him. But he clearly is not a vested vet. He's still a young man. So he's got to go through the waiver process. If no one claims him in front of us, then he will come to us. So let's go. And then we'll have to release someone off of our 53. So maybe it'll be one of those tight ends, Grant Calcaterra, possibly. We'll find out. We will find out. So, of course, my man, and I hope you're settling in well there. And yes, he is. But McKee, the backup here as well. You know, Mariota is obviously the backup because he is the veteran there. How does it supposed to say? Yay. Yeah, I mean, just don't suck. Hey, look, he had like a good first punt today, and then he just completely started shitting all over the place. And it's like, well, that's pretty much how it goes. So, too inconsistent, and it just is what it is, man. And you just got to hope that, you know, you bring your A game and fight for your spot. But we'll see. Look, we talked about that. We're probably going to keep 4, and if we want to elevate people, we'll do that. I feel comfortable on game day with the 4 we have. They're going to get theirs. You're going to see the fans. And look, you get all the Johnsons, and then you got Roderick on IR. You've got Fred, who made the roster. So, yeah, all 5 of the Johnson guys are here and well, except, you know, I think I would like to see Kyron not be taken. But, hey, at least he's here on the practice squad. Yeah, I think they were just finding out in emergency situations, right? Because you need to know because you're letting go of all these other guys. So, yeah, I agree with you, though, 100% on that one. So, Christian Kirksey, well, we talked about him the other day. I wouldn't be against it, but I think, Zach Cunningham was that veteran they wanted to bring in to put with Dean. You have Ellis as the depth. And we talk about, Nolan Smith playing off-ball stack linebacker in certain packages. You talk about Terrell Edmonds, Sidney Brown, even Reed Blankenship a little bit. You've got Justin Evans. All these guys can play like a dime backer role where it's not necessarily a linebacker, but you only need one other linebacker and then one of these guys. So we do have depth, and we talk about the versatility. This multiple scheme defense, it works well for, moving guys around, but for depth as well. When guys can play multiple positions, you don't need to keep these extra guys. So when depth pieces, could be helpful at edge rusher, at off-ball linebacker, or, linebacker, a safety that can help a linebacker, all that stuff. So it's helpful, man. That's why we talk about certain pieces in the draft free agency that will fit, because, there's a lot of things that go into, making this team. And I think, you could see what Howie's trying to do. So, Kirksey got picked up. Oh, no doubt. Mullins is a steal. Hey, look, he was undrafted out of Indiana this year. He didn't make the Chargers team, so he'll have a chance on the practice squad to show what he's got. But we are loaded at cornerback, so best of luck to him. But that's all I've got for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all having a great night. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm sure we'll add more pieces. So hopefully we'll be talking about how we claimed Braden Mann. Let's go. I hope so. Let's get a young punter for the future. I'm all about it. Let's go. But if you need anything, you can always reach out, whether it's about the birds, you want to talk about life, whatever it may be. But cannot thank you enough for taking the time. If you're watching this later, you can always comment below. I'm always down to talk some birds, and it, my dude. Of course, always here for it. And we made that prediction. I think the schedule thing, you can check that out. But I hope you're all having yourselves a great night. If you guys literally have any question about these practice squad players, anything, I tell you, reach out, comment on the videos, whatever. Don't be shy. I know this is a free-for-all with all the stuff that's happening. I don't want you to miss anything, but there are videos out there of every single thing. I've been putting out as much work I possibly can for you all. I hope you've enjoyed it, you sickos, throughout this sicko season. We're almost there, 11 days away. But I'll be back tomorrow. Until then, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, say it with me now. Go Birds!